Well, hey there, and welcome everyone to Energy Gal Meditations. I'm Lisa, and every Friday I share with you a little something that's on my heart and something that I'm hoping that will encourage you. You know, we're all in this together, and if you're here, I want to encourage you. I want to empower you. That's the thing that's most important to me, is for us to come out of a place of feeling like life is happening to us and remembering and re-narrating our story to knowing that life is happening for us, and most importantly, life is happening through us. So all this week I've been using an analogy, a little picture. So I'll start our little chit chat with that today. And it's this. It's a boat. Can you imagine a boat that fits maybe one or two people? So it's like this canoe, smaller boat, and it's on the waters. And the waters are raging because the wind is blowing like crazy, and that boat is just going to and fro and to and fro, and you're in this boat. And if you can look underneath the water, you can see that you have the opportunity to take this long tether, this chain with an anchor at the bottom, and allow it to be anchored firmly into the earth that's at the way bottom of the ocean, knowing that even though the winds are blowing like crazy and the boat is going back and forth, you are safe. You are secure. You are not gonna topple over. There may be water that comes into the boat. Absolutely. This is a wild experience that you're having. But ultimately, you're safe. And so with my sound meditation on Monday, and then with the guided meditation on Wednesday that I uploaded of this week, I encouraged us through the transmissions of those meditations to come into a place of allowing ourselves to come deeply into our bodies, to feel safe in our bodies. Because here's the deal, so many of us live on autopilot. We've been taught that. We've been given examples of that, and we've never been told that there's any different way else to be. And so what we do is we live up in our minds trying to figure things out. We live in reaction mode to what's going on in the world, to the events that are happening, whether it's on all the different platforms of social media or the news, the newspaper, the things that we're hearing that are going on. Even if you're someone who's sensitive, you can feel the energies of the world and the things that are going on. And then what happens is we react to that. Instead of standing in the truth of who we are and we know ourselves to be, we are in constant reaction mode, trauma response, living out of the pain body, living out of the mental body, trying to figure things out. We look to see, is it a good day? Well, let me see. Let me read the paper. Let me check and see if this one is following me. Let me see if that one likes me. Let's see what this responded. Let me, did this particular thing happen that I wanted to happen? Oh, no, I'm disappointed. It's a bad day. Instead of doing that and finding out how we're doing by looking outside of ourselves, if we could get into the habit of living within, of tapping into the peace that surpasses understanding, that exists within us, as us, then we're not looking outside of ourselves to say, how am I feeling today? Are things going okay today? Am I safe today? No, we are focused inward to say, let me check with my body's wisdom. Let me see how I'm doing, checking in with my own self. This is sovereignty. This is empowerment. This is me saying, I'll check in with me to know how I'm doing. I don't need to be checking in with anybody else to know how I'm doing. This is me really feeling my feelings and being honest and authentic and vulnerable with how I'm doing in this moment. Not to swim in it, but to really feel it in the moment for the purpose of integrating it so that then I can begin a new story. See, we want to hop to the next chapter, but until you have fully digested the chapter you're in, you can't. I hear too many people saying, I want to do a mushroom trip. I want to experience this new reality. Well, hey, until you've come to terms and accepted and received and rejoiced in and been grateful for the current reality with all of its bruises and scars and blood and craziness, you cannot create a new reality. You can't go to the next reality. Now, I know that's a lot to say, and a lot of people are going to go, no, I don't agree with that. Okay, this is where I'm at right now. What I have found in my journey is that until I have come to a place of forgiveness, compassion, mercy, grace, true peace, back into my own body, working through the pain body. And I know a lot, shadow work is done. Listen, I'm not saying shadow work as dogma. I'm saying if something comes up, don't go looking for it, for heaven's sakes. But if a monster comes out of the closet, work with it. I'm not saying go and look for it, be on the journey of looking for it. No, we can get lost on the journey of looking for monsters everywhere, and then they'll be everywhere. But if on your journey you come up against one and one comes up, then work with it at that point. And what do I mean by that? You're not looking for people in your life that you need to forgive. What's the situation that happened to me that I need to forgive? But if you find yourself coming and pondering this particular situation over and over again, and it keeps coming up, maybe it's there for a reason. And ask yourself, why am I still pondering this? What is the gold nugget in here that I have yet to receive? Rather than, where's the crap in this I have to integrate? No, there's a golden nugget in there that has yet to be received. So sift it for the golden nugget, grab that golden nugget, and let the rest go. Let it be integrated. Rejoice in what happened. Too many of us are trying to hop to the next reality when we haven't established ourselves in the reality that we're in. And then here's the other thing. Until you've fully come into your body, or at least made the intention to be on the journey of being in your body, landing deeply in your body out of autopilot, but fully owning and bringing attention and intention and love to all your actual physical body. Your fingers, your toes, your hair, or lack of it, your knees, your groin, all your different body parts. Until you do that, you are not going to be able to sustain integrating a higher frequency, receiving and integrating a higher frequency into your form. See, the body resides at 3D, at a third frequency, with all of its pain, with all of its lack mentality, with its victimhood, okay, with its entitlement. And as we choose to acknowledge this, integrate the different things, work on understanding there is no other, that we have the opportunity to work in a place of forgiveness for ourselves, for others, to count it all as joy. As we allow ourselves to do that and to more fully inhabit our body, we then, because fourth frequency is all the feelings. As we continue to allow ourselves to feel our feelings, we'll find ourselves in that fourth frequency. And the higher we get in fourth frequency, the more we start to realize feelings aren't good or bad. They're just an experience. And if we don't create a story or a narrative over them saying, well, that's good and that's bad. No. It happened. Let me integrate it as an experience without the judgment of good or bad. Let me glean the wisdom from allowing myself to experience whatever it is that actually happened. As you allow yourself to feel your feelings and experience what actually happened, you will glean a wisdom as you come out of the judgment of it, having to say, well, that was a good thing that happened, that was a bad thing that happened. No. It was a thing that happened that you may or may not choose to label as good or bad. As soon as you label it good or bad, you've judged it, you're going to have a tough time feeling it. As soon as you can say, okay, my intention is to not label it, but to be so brave as just to see it as it is. And then to experience it truly, feel my feelings. Glean the gold nugget, allow the rest, all of it to be integrated. And now the body is literally calibrating to a higher frequency. Now the body is calibrating to a higher frequency. That is what's happening. But if you're being batted around by every thing that's going on in the world and allowing yourself to be distracted that way, you're in a really, really rough time in this next year or so, because shit's getting real. It's a big deal out there. It's also awesome. It's all an adventure and it's exciting. And it's real. And for us to come into a place, for whatever reason, we decided that we wanted to experience forgiveness, authenticity. You know, I had a vision the other day. I'll share this with you, and then I'll let you go. I had a vision the other day that God was a mirror. Say, God is a mirror. Can a mirror see itself? No. So here God is existing, not being able to see itself. And in its desire to see itself, this ache to experience itself, just by sheer thought, with feeling, to say, I want to experience me. I want to see me. It shattered. It shattered into 8 billion plus shards, or I don't know how many shards, whatever. And now each of us being one of those little pieces, as we see each other out in the world and see the trees and see the blades of grass and see the flowers and our pets, as we see the clouds and the sun and the moon and the stars, all those are God seeing itself. And then God experiencing itself. So God doesn't look and go, oh, that's bad. No, that's just an experience I'm having. It might be an uncomfortable experience, especially as a human, but it's still expanding the isness of God experiencing itself and is delighting divine intelligence, divine consciousness, awareness, and expanding it. There's nothing wasted. It's amazing. Thank you for showing up. Now, in addition to showing up, I challenge you. Plug in. Turn it up. Tune it in. And be brave to step back from judging things as right or wrong. See them. Just see them. As soon as you go, oh, I saw someone drinking. That's bad. As soon as you have judgment on it, you have attached yourself to it. And you can't fully see it correctly. In judgment, there's lack of clarity. When you can see through the eyes of peace, now you can see through the eyes of purity. And you'll see it truly as it is. If you think that this would help somebody else, and only if you're doing it born of excitement and not, yeah, I know someone who needs to hear this, I'll tell you what, then don't bother. Then don't. But if it feels right, born of a heart of excitement to share, then do. Go ahead, hit the subscribe. It helps other people to see it if I get more followers or subscribers, the algorithm, blah, 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 blah. Okay? In the meantime, know that you are dearly loved. You are one of those shards of God experiencing this wild and precious life. What will you do with it today? Don't worry about tomorrow. What will you do with it today, in this next hour? How will you spend your moments? In childlike wonder, you can, if you know that you are tethered, that you are grounded, that you're rooted and established in love, and you are safe. Check out all that I have to offer on my website, as well as on this YouTube channel. It'll help you on your journey. I know, I'm living it, so I'm sharing it here. Thanks for being here. And in the meantime, remember that when we say we want to see peace in the world, that peace begins right here in our own little world inside of us. Take care, everybody.